Know the top stories of the day. Understand the issues that matter. This is Manila Bulletin News on Web. Your quick rundown of top news in the country and around the world. Manila Bulletin, celebrating 120 years of timely stories and timeless truths. Be fully informed.
Hi, I'm Barbie Atienza. This is MB Now, and here are your news on web. The first batch of Astrazeneca vaccines from the COVAX facility has finally arrived in the country on Thursday, bringing the total number of coronavirus vaccines that the Philippines has to 1,087,200. The plane carrying the 487,200 doses of AstraZeneca vaccines arrived at the Ninoy Aquino International Airport, Terminal 3 at 7:10 p.m. on March 4 on board KLM Airlines Flight 803 from Belgium. The vaccines were developed in South Korea and have been donated by the various countries, which include Germany, Norway, France, Italy, Spain, the Netherlands, Sweden, Denmark, Belgium, Austria, Greece, and the European Union. The vaccines were transported to Metro Pack in Marikina. The distribution of the vaccines will immediately commence after repackaging. Meanwhile, the National Immunization Technical Advisory Group is set to release a finalized priority list for this batch of vaccines soon. Malacanang said on Thursday that health workers who passed on CoronaVac will be entitled to the AstraZeneca vaccine. The Philippines first received 600,000 CoronaVac doses from the Chinese government on Sunday, February 28, and is set to receive 1 million more this month, bringing the total number of vaccine doses that the Philippines will have to 2,087,200 shots. The COVAX facility, which the Philippines joined, is a mechanism led by the World Health Organization that is designed to guarantee rapid, fair, and equitable access to COVID-19 vaccines worldwide. President Duterte has thanked the international community for donating the country's latest supply of AstraZeneca coronavirus vaccines, saying the assistance to poor nations is a plus for humanity. The president has relayed his gratitude for the benevolence of the donor countries after welcoming the arrival of 487,200 doses of AstraZeneca vaccines at the Villamor Air Base in Pasay City, Thursday, March 4. The president said he appreciates the assistance of key partners in the entire international community represented by their ambassadors during the ceremony. He said the cooperation of the international community in public health is very much needed, while positive engagement is very much welcome. He added that the AstraZeneca vaccines would provide a boost to the government's vaccination program.
I don't know how to express my gratitude to the donor countries. That you remember the poor nations is in fact already a plus for humanity. And in behalf of the Republic of the Philippines and of the people and all, I'd like to say again that we felt the gratitude in our hearts, and may God bless you for your benevolence. Thank you.
The World Health Organization has reaffirmed its support to the country's COVID-19 vaccination program to protect Filipinos against the viral illness. The Philippines received its first shipment of COVID-19 vaccines from the COVAX facility with the arrival of more than 480,000 doses of vaccines developed by British drug maker Astrazeneca. With the rollout of the vaccination program, the WHO reminded the public not to be complacent and to still adhere to the minimum health standards. In a statement on Thursday night, AstraZeneca said it is proud to be a partner to COVAX in enabling communities around the world to access the vaccine as soon as possible. AstraZeneca said that its vaccine has an efficacy of 76% against symptomatic COVID-19 in the first 90 days after vaccination, with no significant waning of protection during this period.
And today's arrival in the Philippines of the COVID-19 vaccines from the COVAX facility is a testament to the strength of collaboration, cooperation, and compassion. It is a testament to the power of working together towards a common goal in the spirit of partnership, equity, and solidarity. Look forward to supporting the COVID-19 vaccination campaign throughout the country. Standing together in solidarity makes us stronger. So let us continue to work together in solidarity to put the COVID-19 pandemic behind us. Thank you, sir.
As the nation moves forward to protect the people from the coronavirus disease, President Duterte renewed his appeal to Filipinos to get vaccinated immediately and is the key to reopening the economy. In his speech in Pasay City, the president asked the public to get vaccinated because this would help fight the spread of COVID-19. Duterte reassured the public that the COVID-19 vaccines are safe and asked them to get one when they can immediately. President Duterte has agreed to have himself vaccinated in public to boost the Filipino people's confidence in the vaccine. He, however, preferred to take the Sinovac vaccine from China. The government rolled out its vaccination program on health workers on March 1 with 600,000 CoronaVac doses donated by the Chinese government. The arrival of the first batch of AstraZeneca doses from the COVAX facility brought the number of COVID-19 vaccines that the Philippines has to 1,087,200.
I would like to appeal to all our kababayans, please get vaccinated against COVID-19 and be the government partner in preventing further spread of the disease. I encourage you to get vaccinated as soon as possible time. These vaccines are safe and they are the key to reopening our society. Let us continue observing and practicing health and safety protocols while waiting for more COVID-19 vaccines to reach the Philippines. We may not be out of the woods yet, but we are making progress and the end is in sight. And with your cooperation, we will overcome this pandemic and ensure the health and safety of everyone.
There is no threat of a tsunami hitting the Philippines after a strong 8.0 magnitude earthquake in Kermadec Islands early Friday, March 5. The Philippine Institute of Volcanology and Seismology said the quake occurred at 3:28 a.m. and with a depth of 10 kilometers. However, Vilvox also said hazardous tsunami waves were possible for coasts located near the earthquake epicenter. The earthquake, which measured 8.1 magnitude in New Zealand, was the largest in a series of tremors that hit the region over several hours, according to an Associated Press report. Prior to the 8.1 magnitude earthquake, 2 quakes measuring magnitude 7.4 and magnitude 7.3 have been recorded also. The earthquakes triggered tsunami warning systems across New Zealand coasts. In Metro News, Mayor Isko sounds alarm over 715 active COVID-19 cases in Manila. 1 of 4 South African COVID-19 variant cases in Pasay tests negative after re-swabbing. And seafarer artist draws Mayor Soto using choco syrup and toothpicks. More from this report.
Manila Mayor Francisco Isko called on residents to continue practicing minimum health and safety protocols as the number of active COVID-19 cases in the city rose to 715 on Thursday, March 4. Data from the city government showed that the city has a total of 28,662 confirmed COVID-19 cases as of Thursday noon. Of this number, 27,139 have recovered while 808 have died. The Manila Mayor called the rising number of infection an alarming situation. The Magoso reminded residents to continue practicing health and safety protocols issued by the national government. One of the 4 cases of the South African variant of COVID-19 has tested negative, Pasay City Mayor Emmy Calixto Rubiano said on Thursday. In a virtual press briefing, Rubiano said that all 4 cases, including those that they have infected according to their contact tracing efforts, have all recovered and were immediately isolated. Meanwhile, Mayor Calixto Rubiano said she is not against placing the city under enhanced community quarantine, but other agencies and services must adjust accordingly. Rubiano also mentioned that declaring ECQ is one thing, but managing is another matter. Dr. Tony Leachon, former special advisor to the National Task Force against COVID-19, in a tweet called for Pasay City to be placed under total ECQ urgently with a spike in COVID-19 cases in the city. After being hailed as an anti-corruption champion by the U.S. State Department last February 24, Pasay City Mayor Vico Soto's unique leadership and resolute desire in fighting corruption and poor governance did not just inspire the world, but also 22-year-old food artist JP Basera Magno. Magno, a seafarer by profession, drew the mayor on a loaf of bread using only chocolate syrup and toothpicks on Thursday. He said that it took him approximately 1 hour to finish the piece. The Iloilo native's passion for creating artworks using food started when he was on quarantine from November to December last year due to the COVID-19 pandemic. He started experimenting with drawings using different kinds of condiments and even toothpaste.
And here are the top news in other parts of the country. Ilocos Region gets over 14,000 Sinovac vaccines. And PIDEA BARMM nabs 3 suspects and seizes 10.2 million pesos worth of shabu. And here are the details.
A total of 14,400 vials of Sinovac's Coronavac vaccine, the initial allocation for the Ilocos region, have arrived at the Department of Health Center and will be distributed to the region's 8 referral hospitals on Friday. DOH Center for Health and Development Information Officer Dr. Roel Bobis said the initial allocation for each of the 8 coronavirus disease referral hospitals was based on the number of their employees. About 7,097 medical frontliners will be vaccinated in the 8 referral hospitals, or 25% of the total 28,000 number of medical frontliners in those hospitals. The distribution of the vaccines to the hospitals will be handled by the Office of the Civil Defense, Philippine Coast Guard, and the Philippine National Police. The DOH targets to consume the vaccines within 7 days as more shipments are expected to arrive. Anti-narcotics agents seized 10.2 million pesos worth of shabu and arrested 3 high-value drug suspects in separate law enforcement operations in Cotabato City and the Lanao del Sur town of Malabang on Thursday. The Philippine Drug Enforcement Agency in the Bangsamoro Autonomous Region in Muslim Mindanao said the simultaneous operations yielded 1.5 kilos of suspected shabu, a pistol, and 2 vehicles. The suspects are now detained at the PIDEA BARMM detention facility while charges for the violation of RA 9165 or the Comprehensive Dangerous Drugs Act of 2002 are being prepared against them.
In world news, mass evacuations as large quakes spark Pacific-wide tsunami alert. Russia has vaccinated 2 million people, according to Putin. And Taiwan prepares a white rhino to find mate in Japan. Let's watch this report.
Tens of thousands of coastal residents in New Zealand, New Caledonia, and Vanuatu fled from higher ground Friday as a cluster of powerful earthquakes sparked a Pacific-wide tsunami alert. In New Zealand, communities along stretches of the North Island were warned to flee as tsunami alert sirens wailed after an 8.1 magnitude quake, which followed earlier tremors in same regions measuring 7.4 and 7.3. The largest of quakes struck around 1,000 kilometers off the New Zealand coast at 8:28 a.m., according to the U.S. Geological Survey. The Pacific Tsunami Warning Center said Vanuatu and New Caledonia were likely to experience the largest waves, measuring up to 10 feet. No damage or injuries were reported from earlier quakes, both of which generated tsunami warnings that were later lifted. Russia has fully vaccinated 2 million people with its homegrown jabs, President Vladimir Putin announced on Thursday, while another 2 million have received the first of a 2-dose shot. The figures revealed by a Russian leader in a conversation with volunteers show how far the country has to go before all of its 146 million people are inoculated against COVID-19, nearly 3 months after it began vaccinating its citizens. The totals indicate that only about 1.3% of Russia's population has been vaccinated against the coronavirus. Putin has also noted that 9 of Russia's 85 regions had not yet administered any doses. Emma, 5 years old, slim build with gentle demeanor, is looking for love overseas. Hobbies include hanging with friends and studying Japanese. 6 fellow rhino for companionship and mating, part of an attempt to widen the gene pool of Asia's captive-bred white rhinos. It is the first time Taiwan will send a rhino overseas to breed. Emma will soon travel to Japan's Tobu Zoo in Saitama, where a 10-year-old fellow rhino Moran had been lifted up to be her first suitor. To help her adapt to her future new home, zookeepers have started using Japanese instructions for commands such as come and no.
In entertainment, hit Korean drama Mr. Queen actor Na In-woo has been offered to replace embattled actor Ji Soo in the currently airing drama River Where the Moon Rises, after the latter admitted to committing school violence. Na In-woo's popularity rose after appearing in Mr. Queen, in which he played the role of Kim Byung-in, who is in love with Queen Seo-rin, played by actress Shin Ye-soon. The exit of Ji Soo from River Where the Moon Rises is inevitable after he admitted on March 4 that he committed school violence, but did not elaborate on which of the accusations were true. His classmates and schoolmates accused him of various school violence, including bullying, beating them up, and sexual misconduct in school. Because of his admission that he admitted school violence, Ji Soo is being erased from the Korean entertainment industry. In sports, Barangay Ginebra, San Miguel finally acquired Christian Standhardinger from Northport in exchange for Greg Slaughter after the PBA gave the green light for the long-rumored trade to become a reality. The PBA said that its trade committee approved a 1-for-1 deal, paving the way for Standhardinger to join the league's most popular ball club and for Slaughter to begin his return from a 1-year layoff with a new team. Slaughter will bid goodbye to the team he had played since being selected as the top overall pick of the 2013 PBA draft, with a chance to regain his status as one of the league's best centers at North Point. On the other hand, Standhardinger will play for his third team after he was chosen number 1 by San Miguel Beer in 2017. The trade once again made San Miguel Corporation a big winner in the off-season after Ginebra's sister teams acquired talented players in separate deals. And those are the news on Web today, March 5, 2021. For more news and details, get your copy of Manila Bulletin newspaper tomorrow or log on to www.mb.com.ph. You may also subscribe to our newsletter through the link on this video's caption to have the day's latest news delivered to your inbox. I am Barbie Atienza for Manila Bulletin. Join us again on Monday. This has been MB Now. Be fully informed.